Now, sedans are supposed to look beautiful and sexy in some cases, especially in the case of the Volkswagen Virtus. This has been a fact ever since the company showcased this sedan a few weeks back. At the same time, a lot of you out there in the market want to understand if the performance can match up to the style statement or not. Well, this video will uncover this mystery. We have the 1.5 turbo petrol TSI motor with almost 150 bhp of power, mated to a 7-speed quick DSG automatic transmission. So, does the combination work? Can the Virtus bring you the thrill of driving? Well, let's find out. Well, I want to start this review immediately from the driver's perspective. Before I talk about how the car feels on a daily basis, let me show you how quick it is. Now, the company claims a 0 to 100 run in around 9 seconds, but did we manage that? Well, coming up on your screen right away. Alright, so I am in the S mode, the sport mode. The GPS app is reset, and here we go. So yes, even 9.5 seconds is terrific for a sedan of this segment by all standards. So yes, it is quick, pedal to metal, but what about daily basis? You obviously won't be always driving your car in a spirited manner. On a daily basis, happy to report there is ample poke, ample punch, power and torque coming in from the motor. This is a reliable proven engine, 1.5 TSI turbo petrol. We do see this in a lot of other models in India. For example, the Taygun, and of course Skoda uses the same engine for the Kushaq and the Slavia. We are in the 7-speed DSG. By the way, the 1.0 gets a normal torque converter 6-speed. This one, given its performance oriented nature, gets a better and quicker 7-speed DSG. The 7 gear, by the way, at highway speeds will only engage at approximately 77-76 kmph, but once it does, it is really good for your efficiency needs. In fact, this engine also offers you the active cylinder technology, wherein basically at very gentle right pedal inputs, 2 cylinders will get deactivated, thereby giving you very impressive fuel economy figures. I think if you do a prolonged highway run at approximately 85-90 kmph in the 7 gear, you should be getting over 20 kmph in traffic, or while overtaking slower moving traffic. Path total response, it works very well for the 1.5. So yes, it's, I think it's more than powerful for most drivers. Other parameters, visibility is not bad. Usually people think that in a compact SUV or a mid-size SUV, your visibility will be better as compared to a sedan. It's not the case. The windows are large, and from a driver's perspective, you will not feel hammered in congested traffic conditions. Now, the suspension is something I'm very impressed with in this sedan from Volkswagen. Hitting one more patch which is quite rough, and the way it absorbs, the way the comfort comes in. Especially, I'm only one in the car right now. If you have load of more passengers sitting in, it will definitely become rewarding better. So cement joints, undulations, broken tarmac, I'm pretty happy with the way the car rides. At the same time, for most users, it's nimble enough. The steering is light, dynamics are sorted, but it's not something that hardcore enthusiasts might love. If you're looking for razor sharp response, razor sharp handling, it might not do that. But again, for most users, as a well balanced, comfortable suspension setup, thumbs up from my side. Now with the DSG, of course, you do get your paddle shifters over here on the steering wheel and the sport mode with the flick of the gear lever. One thing I want to show you is the way the engine sounds like. I'll use the paddle shifters, go into 5, 4, 3. It pulls hard. It sounds nice as well. Now, if you have been in the Taycan, the interiors of the verters will look somewhat similar. For example, this part and this part of the dashboard. However, the color combination used, for example, black seats or dark color for the seats is definitely different. We are in the GT version, the 1.57 speed DSG, and for the GT version as compared to the non-GT, a few things are different. For example, you have these red inserts coming in on the door pads, around the AC vents and across the width of the dashboard. This is similar to the exterior color of the car. Likewise, red stitching for these seats. These are ventilated, these are cooled, both the seats. However, the power function is not there. Talking of which, talking of omissions of the features, you also do not get a 360-degree camera, something that is now expected from customers at this price point. Again, at the same time, look at this. Well, these do feel durable. They are actually hard plastics, and Volkswagen should have done something to impart a sense of premium appeal, a sense of premiumness in the cabin. It could be possibly soft touch materials, but for now, this is not good in my books. Apart from this, everything is nice in the verters. Visibility point of view, for example, my seat is currently on the lower setting. I stand 6 feet tall. I have got approximately an inch of space left over here, and visibility is nice. The windows are large, so you don't feel hammered in. This part of the fascia is also slightly tilted towards the driver, so this is a driver-centric, driver-oriented part of the cabin. The vents, the screen, even the touch controls for the climate control, slightly they are towards the driver. Flat bottom steering, I'm a fan of this, and because GT top end version, so you do not get the old school dials, you have a full DG console over here, which does offer you a lot of information. Practicality, you do have your cup holders coming in over here, a sliding armrest with some amount of space going in over here. Wireless charging, of course, your phone also goes in at this place. You have a couple of charging outlets. They are C-type. At the same time, you also have a 12-volt outlet over here for you charging your phones at a higher speed. Cruise control, buttons for the Bluetooth telephony, and of course, typical Volkswagen, the headlight controls are on the right side. So this is sorted. Features are almost sorted. It's a comfortable place to be. I'll do one thing. I'll position the seat for my height, and I'll go at the back to tell you if this can be a good, comfortable family car as well. Let's go there. So space at the back, I think, still very important in terms of a parameter for a prospective buyer. With the driver's seat being positioned for my height, 6 feet tall, equally tall person at the back, there is around 3 to 4 inches of knee room left. So yes, space is good. But if you compare this with the Honda City or its more affordable rival, the Ciaz, then yes, it is not so good. The City and the Ciaz are in a different league altogether in terms of the space is concerned. But standalone, this is not bad at all. Visibility is decently good. You have your large windows coming in. You have a sunroof as well. However, if you are from this part of India, we're in Punjab right now, and if you're wearing a turban, the Virtus is definitely not a car for you. Even right now, look at this. If I want to rest for a longer duration, I only have about an inch of room left over here. On the good side, you do have independent 3 headrests for 3 passenger seating over here. So it's a wide car. So in terms of width, not an issue. In terms of legroom, knee room for a standalone point of view, not an issue. But headroom, definitely for tall people or people with a turban, could be an issue. The floor is almost flat, so for a third person sitting in, that will not be an issue. Again, your AC vents come over here, your seat pockets, your dual charging outlets, they are again C-type, not the USB you and me we have been used to. The doors, they open sufficiently wide. But again, if you're going to be chauffeur driven very often, at the back, paying so much, hard plastics. This is something that might not go down well with owners who are going to be over here or here for a longer duration on weekdays when their drivers are taking over. So this is something Volkswagen should have looked into. Anyways, this apart, how big is the boot? Very big. Let's go there. The boot space of the Virtus is massive by all standards. It's almost 520 liters, and this means basically for even a long week-long trip with your family or friends, this will take in a lot of luggage. So this is one very good useful part of the Virtus for family usage. And that brings us to the design part of the Virtus, definitely one of the key USPs of this sedan. Ever since Volkswagen unveiled this vehicle in India, the design has gone down very well with key prospective owners and of course Volkswagen fans, automobile fanatics and all of us at 91 Wheels. This particular shade, it's called the Wild Cherry Red. There are more color options of the GT and each of the options, they look stunning, coming on your screen right away. Now, apart from the stunning color options that you can pick for the Virtus, how is the design in actual real life scenario? Well, been spending 2 days with the Virtus here in Punjab, and I would say it's definitely a bit on the flashier side, but why not? Now, performance sedans definitely have to look sexy, they have to carry a style statement, and this one does it in a very good manner. Being the GT version as compared to the non-GT model, the GT version definitely has a lot of different styling elements. For example, you have black finish for the alloy wheels. The design remains same, but yeah, black finish for the alloy wheels. You also have a red finish for the front brake calipers. Sadly, no rear disc brakes, but for the front ones, you have the red finish for the brake calipers. And then the extra dash of chrome up front along with the mix of glossy black. This is actually glossy black here and on the lower part, so this works very well. In terms of size, this is the longest in the segment. It is wide as well, but definitely sits lower towards the ground in terms of the overall height. Now, you do have LED projector headlamps up front. The DRLs, they look nice, but for me personally, the rear of the Virtus is a style statement. Once it gets dark, the treatment for the LED tail lamps definitely takes the cake away. It looks sexy. And that brings us to the end of this video and time for my verdict on the Virtus. Now, I'll start by asking a question. What do prospective sedan owners at this price point, what are they looking at? They want the car to be a style statement. Well, this one does that. They want the car to have ample space on the inside. Sorted. They want their car at this price point to have a lot of features. This one does that. Well, almost. At this price, I would have demanded and asked and looked forward to powered seats, for example, not presently present in the Virtus. A lot of owners also want the car to be safe and secure for the family. Of course, Virtus stands for that. And some owners would want the car to give them grinning moments, the thrill of performance, the punchiness. This one, of course, is the fastest or the quickest sedan you can buy at the price point. Yes, for hardcore enthusiasts, the driving dynamics might not be spot on, but as a compromise for most owners, for most family users, the dynamics and the good comfort levels, I think the combination works overall very well. So as a verdict, yes, it looks nice, it drives well, and definitely should be on your list if you're in the market looking for a sedan that's a great all-rounder.